you mentioned vitality, and that's kind of one of my last points. What are some tips that you would have for people that are in that category that just don't have the energy or the vitality anymore, that want to get that back when they're 55, 60 plus?
Yeah, it's interesting because in the realm of environmental toxicity and environmental medicine, I just showed a slide today that looked at individuals that were drinking water. Their tap water was contaminated with TCE, trichloroethylene. Trichloroethylene is the most common chemical water contaminant in the country. The CDC has a website up with maps of every state that you can go to see where the TCE contamination in the water is. I mean, this is how big of a deal it is, okay? Now, the people that lived in this area, where this particular study was done, that were exposed to water in their home, so they're cooking with it, they're drinking it, they're taking their shower in it, they're washing their clothes in it. They had higher rates of asthma, allergy, emphysema, strokes, and then I forget what the other neurologic problem was. There were 2 other neurologic problems, but emphysema, strokes, those are old people diseases. No, it's because they had TCE in their water. So, there was a study where, this is a great one, outdoor air pollution. We tend to not think much of it, and I'm at the point where I feel that one of the first things people should do is drop $1,000 on a high-quality air filter for their home. The research that I've been tracking over the last 6 years says that people who are having trouble conceiving a child, that will help. Having a child that's not autistic, that can make the entire difference. An air purifier in the home can make that entire difference to having a child who's not autistic. This is not from Mad Magazine. This is from, excellent peer-reviewed journals, government journals, environmental health perspectives put out by the National Institutes of Health. And there have been a couple studies on cognition. Now, the thing about everybody thinks it's aging, you lose your brain power. For every, I think it was 10 micrograms per cubic meter of air pollutants, every time that shifted higher, it was as if the person had aged 2 years for their cognition decline. This was in an older population. You can put an air purifier in your home. If you're living in the middle of New York City and you can prevent 2 years of brain decline, hello? So, there's a lot that, and I've seen this, when I've done cleansing with people and we reduce, we do serious cleansing, full-on cleansing, mostly because they had some real bad diseases that were just, holding their feet to the fire. And the thing that I heard all the time was, Doc, I feel 20 years younger. And I came to realize, and this is backed up by the research, the published research, it's not the amount of years that we add to or number of birthdays we add to our resume. It's the amount of toxins we add to our body. And that's what gets people feeling and acting old and having diseases that we consider old. And it's the buildup. So let's reverse that. It's easy to do. You start with good avoidance, your air and your food and your water. And you can, as I said, knock out 80% of your circulating toxicants, probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Just keep that lifestyle up.